My dear sisters and brothers, since the dawn of time, people have been looking for treasure. If only they could find gold or diamonds or pearls, they would be happy. Today, many people are still looking for the earthly treasure. They look for it in the casino, the lottery, the stock market, etc. If only they could hit the jackpot, all their troubles would be over. In one way or another, all of us are treasure hunters. All of us are looking for something that will make us completely happy. There is nothing wrong with this. But what kind of treasure that can give us an eternal happiness and nobody can take away from us? Once there was a teacher who desired to make progress in his career and to climb the social ladder. He worked very hard. In fact, his work was his life. He put his best hours and his best efforts into it. He had little time to appreciate his family, and even less for the enjoyment of life. It was clear to everyone where his treasure was. But then he had a heart attack. He was taken to hospital where he lay for days, drifting in and out of consciousness and not knowing whether he would live or die. During moments of lucidity, he saw these shadowy figures by his bedside. One day, those figures came into focus and he immediately recognized them. There were his wife and children who visited him faithfully every day and spent hours at his bedside. In that moment, he saw where his true treasure lay. It lay in his family, his home, in the gift of life, and of course, in God. He saw how foolish he had been up to now, and he prayed with all his heart, "Lord, give me back my life, and I will be happy." And he resolved that if he got well, he would turn his priorities upside down. He made a full recovery. The day he walked out of the hospital, he was deliriously happy. Everything had been given back to him. Through that painful experience, he acquired much wisdom. Prior to this, he was completely focused on himself and his career. Now, he decided to open himself to others and to work for them. And he was happier than he had ever been in his life. My dear sisters and brothers, how much time in our lives we have spent for something meaningful? How much time we spend our time to love, to pray, and to help others? In the contrary, how much time we wasted for something useless and destroy the relationship with our family, our community, and our God. In the first reading, Solomon was told by God that he could have any gift he wanted. He chose the gift of wisdom. Then God gave him the treasure of wisdom for his long life. Perhaps you still remember the story of two women who came and presented themselves before King Solomon and claimed that a baby boy was to belong to each of them. The wise King Solomon commanded to cut the baby into two parts and give each woman half of it. But the real mother, her heart full of love for her son, didn't agree and let the king give the child to the other woman. Then King Solomon knew who was the real mother of the baby. The wisdom from the king was the right judgment. My dear friends, all of us are searchers and treasure hunters, in the sense that we are looking for happiness. The goal is legitimate, but it may be that, like that teacher, we are looking in the wrong place. Jesus said, "Where your treasure is, there will your heart be too." So, if we want to know what our treasure is, all we have to do is ask ourselves where our heart is. What is it that we love, that we pursue with all our hearts? There lies our treasure. Amen.